All right, so this #1 featherweight contender is no stranger to this setting. Tonight, though, he believes he's just a much better version of himself and finally has the goods and the chops to actually be a world champion.
Sometimes you get there, John, and you're just not ready. It's not easy to become the best in the world. The first time this man got here, he was a great fighter. He was good, but he just wasn't ready to be the best in the world. He said that the moment he got back home, he went to work to improve. He feels like all the improvements were made. And tonight, he is the best featherweight the UFC has.
And it does seem as though we have taken two-way action on this fight, but a lot of people believe in the challenger. And I'm not just talking about his coaches. We'll see how it goes tonight. All right, so here he is, one of the best featherweights in the world, fighting out of Spain, Ilia Topuria. It's amazing to have this type of wisdom and maturity and sophistication at 26 years of age. And that sophistication really bleeds into his fighting style. If you reference the Ryan Hall fight, that is as tricky a stylistic challenge as there is in the featherweight division. And he stayed measured the entire time before getting that knockout in round 1. He has taken his game to that requisite next level ever since, making himself impossible to deny a world title fight. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Our tale of the tape for this featherweight championship fight. Here once more is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, the California Kid, Urijah Faber. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC Featherweight Champion of the world, Ilia Topuria.
Referee Herb Dean will handle the action in the octagon. The California Kid, Urijah Faber, ready to go here in round 1. His last first-round stoppage win against Ivan Menjivar. That was back in UFC 157 in 2013. So much championship experience, but he does get off to a good start, and more often than not, we'll see if Faber can continue that trend. DC, he is officially up.
A big, massive hook that really has put his opponent on skates. Guillotine jump. That guillotine is tight.
Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Faber. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. Well, he's no stranger to being in this position. Strong work from the top here by Faber. Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start. Beautiful transition.
Close guard.
Great submission defense.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Faber. Oh, nice job to split his guard and get the ground strike home again.
In the half guard.
Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Faber. Good fight here, under 2 to go. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Let's go. Get him off you.
Faber's trying for a submission here. Oh, that Kimura looks tight.
Good job by the champ there. Sliding back out.
Topuria's going for a choke. Oh, that Darce choke is tight. Oh, come on. That's got to be it. Oh, he cleared it and he got out.
He cleared the leg, got to his back, and now he's out of that Darce choke.
Outstanding pressure from top position here by Topuria.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Oh, lands with the ground and pound strike. All right, here, final seconds of round 1. Round 2 is next.
Stop.
All right, buddy. Take a seat. Deep breath and listen to me. All right, you did awesome that round. You're real close to getting those submissions. I want you to stay a little bit tighter.
All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display of striking?
Just high level. I mean, you would think that we're watching a K1 level kickboxing match opposed to being in the UFC. Both displayed great technical skills, unbelievable striking.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 is underway. Faber gets touched by that kick there.
Oh, nice combination, yeah.
And a miss with the right hook. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Back and forth we go. Faber's eye starting to close up. Got to get that end swell on it between rounds if we get there. A swing and a miss by Ilia Topuria. Big power shot there. A really good job by him there to raise the guard, DC, and block those shots coming his way.
He does a great job of blocking all incoming strikes.
Oh, he missed with that right hand. Nice job by Faber defensively there. Just over 3 minutes now to go.
How you control the fight. Keep fighting behind the jab. So he needs to mix it up. He needs to start kicking more.
Well, hard to imagine we would get this late in the fight and have the BJJ practitioner not attempt a single takedown. What gives?
I have no idea. He's not even tried to get this fight to the ground. I don't know what's happening. Or maybe something happened earlier in the fight that's deterred him from fighting the fight that we have come to expect from this guy. It is, I mean, I cannot believe what we are watching.
Useful strike there. The hook is clean. Pretty good execution for him there on the side kick. Huge shot finds the target there.
Great shot lands. Now he's got to go find that follow-up with him. The kill shot is what they call it to go and end the fight.
And they separate after exiting the clinch. Faber's got a bruise now starting to appear on the right side of his body. Nice body shot. Under a minute now to go in the round.
Nice jab. When both are prepared, these are the types of fights that we expect.
All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. He's got to pay attention now before it gets worse.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection. DC, he is hurt.
What a beautiful uppercut. It landed beautifully, perfect placement on that shot.
And the horn sounds on round 2. All right, so that round is in the books. Topuria's got a real significant cut above the eye. We'll see if the cut man can stop the bleeding.
He doesn't want to be there.
All right, let's check out some of the action, DC, and how about the punching acumen by that fighter in that previous round?
He does not waste anything. He does not loop punches. Everything's tight. Everything's precise. He's a sniper. We always talk about how he's a sniper. He is a sniper, and it showed in that exchange that allowed him to drop his opponent.
You ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
Round 3 of a possible 5. All right, so as this next round gets the biggest shot right thus far, how's his opponent still stand?
I mean, I have no idea. This fight is supposed to be over. It might not be over now, but it's going to be over very soon.
Oh, he lands another debilitating strike to the body, and he continues to punish his opponent.
He's going to guillotine. That guillotine choke is getting tight, but you can't just squeeze. You got to get your hips into your opponent if you want him to tap.
All right, so he lets go of the submission now.
He let go because he saw that he was going to lose his position. Got to maintain dominant position when you're in a fight.
All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about underhooks somewhere.
Yeah, he loved it. I mean, but he's right? He's so right in terms of if you're on your back in the half guard, one thing you can't be is flat on your back. You need to be up on an elbow.
Right.
You need to be half on the side, and you need to control the far side underhook. It is a battle for underhook when you're fighting in the half guard position on the mat.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Postures up now and lands a vicious head strike.
All these actions, though, these big actions, got to wear on the gas tank of both guys.
All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here.
Oh, Kimura attack. Yup.
Ooh, that Kimura looks tight.
Oh, my goodness, he's getting it tight.
Let's work. Let's stand it up. Let's work.
Look at him buck and bridge, straighten that arm, get back into the direction that he was straightening the arm and get back to his knees. Great job.
Faber's back in full mount. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. All right, so yet another ground and pound strike lands right there, DC.
He's getting very active now that he knows he can land these strikes.
Faber's back to the side control now. Really using his physicality to his advantage now.
He lifted up the neck and snuck his arm underneath to try to get a choke.
Good job by the champ there. Sliding back up.
He needs to
better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
All right, 3 rounds down, potentially 2 more to go. We are headed to the championship round.
Take a seat. Listen.
All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of what was a great round, DC. Got to talk about that knockdown.
What a fantastic round. He was able to set up a great shot, got the knockdown. You have to be feeling good as he walks back to the corner.
All right, so a big knockdown for him, courtesy of that punch in that round. DC, here's a replay.
Big moment in the previous round. They were both fighting very well, but when he landed this punch right here that sits his opponent down, it showed that the power is not equal, and if he can land, he does have the ability to damage it.
You ready to fight? You ready?
All right, here's round 4, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Shot there, he's lucky his head's still attached to his body.
The last time I saw an uppercut like that, it was Overeem versus Ngannou, and you know they still haven't found Alistair Overeem's head.
All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and
oh, he's stuck in the guillotine.
all right, so now going to position over submission as he bails on the sub.
Yep, got to be very careful there.
Faber's in half guard. Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
And busy as he looks to improve position here. Takes his back now. Oh, getting leaky now. The hard ground and pound has opened up a cut. Oh, that looks tight. Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not putting back. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the round. Well, that swelling, folks, is not from sodium. That is from a serious ground and pound attack from his opponent.
Oh, my goodness!
Whoa! So how about that? What a moment for this fighter as he pounds him out for the TKO win. Relentless strikes landed across the board and a huge, huge win in his career.
John, that was so impressive. What an amazing display of finishing ability by this young fighter.
Now to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 4 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Ilia Topuria.
Well, no surprise, they are all still chasing this man at 145 pounds. He is the UFC featherweight champion.